If you're a high school or college pitcher who's stuck throwing in the high 70s to low 80s, or you're a parent watching your son work his tail off with private coaches or in-person lessons, but still not seeing the results translate to the field, I want to challenge what you believe about getting better at this game. Because the truth is, if in-person training was the answer, your velocity would already be climbing, but it's not. And I'm going to show you exactly why. There's this belief floating around that unless a coach is standing next to you, putting your arm in a certain position, or barking cues at you in real time, that you're not going to improve. You might feel safer, but here's the problem. You become dependent. You wait to be told what to fix. You never actually learn how to self-correct, self-assess, or build repeatability under pressure. What happens when you're on the mound with 2 outs and a tying run on second base? Your coach isn't there to tweak your arm path or remind you of a certain cue. You are, and your body either knows how to respond or it doesn't. Remote coaching develops that independence and ownership. It doesn't just make you throw harder, it makes you dangerous. My name is Eric Cartafalsa, the founder of EC Pitching. I played at Mercer County College, a top 20 Division II JUCO in the country. I pitched to a 1.25 ERA my freshman year, and then I transferred to Rowan University, who made it to a D3 College World Series. But for most of my career, I was stuck in my own head. I overanalyzed my mechanics, obsessively tweaked every movement. I listened to every single voice around me, but lost the one that mattered the most, my own. Eventually, I took a year off from playing and went all in on figuring out what actually works. Not just to throw harder, but to feel athletic and actually perform on the mound. And through that process, I built a training system that's helped over 500 pitchers gain velocity, move like athletes, and stop second guessing themselves every single time they toe the rubber. Meet one of my athletes, Sloan. Sloan was a 17-year-old pitcher from Canada, and when he came to me, he had arm pain. He wasn't throwing hard, and he couldn't find the zone consistently. He'd never worked with a pitching coach before, let alone an online one. But after joining my program, his arm pain disappeared, his command improved dramatically, and his confidence skyrocketed. And you know what Sloan said made the biggest difference? It wasn't drills, magic cues, it was communication, accessibility, and ownership. In his own words,
I think it's a lot easier just to like communicate with you because like I never communicate with my team coaches besides if it's at practice. So it's like really easy. Like I can just talk to you like wherever I am and just send you videos and stuff.
his mom, Megan, put it even better.
I would say it's definitely worth it. I mean, I feel like this generation, this is how they connect and learn, is online. So it's a format that they're used to and they excel at. So as a parent, if you're worried about that, I wouldn't worry about that at all. I feel like for them, this is, yeah, the best way for them. So yeah, I'd say go ahead and do it. Yeah.
This is what remote training looks like when it's done right. Let's meet another one of my athletes, Aaron Wright. When I met Aaron, he was injured, doubting himself, and stuck at 73 miles per hour. After working together remotely, with a real plan, weekly check-ins, and accountability, he jumped to 83 miles per hour and committed to Salem County College in just 4 months. In his own words,
Seeing, physically seeing the plan and seeing the workouts, seeing the throwing program, seeing the pre throwing drills, everything like that, seeing that made it 1,000 times easier to actually put into play.
this is not theory. This is what happens when kids finally get out of the endless mechanical guessing game and into a real system that works. Let's break this down. In a typical in-person lesson, you show up, get a couple reps in, your coach gives you a few cues or drills, you leave, and that's it. No feedback during the week, no structured programming, no accountability, and if the coach is busy or distracted, you just burned a session. With my program, you get a fully customized plan. Mechanics, lifting, throwing, mobility, and nutrition. You film your throwing or your drills, and I personally give you feedback every single week. You can text me anytime for support, guidance, film breakdown, or questions, and you're tracking progress, not just doing drills. You have measurable benchmarks and accountability every step of the way. Athletes like Jack, who work a job, plays football, and still gets every single baseball session in, says it best. Do you feel like remote training has made it easier for you to stay consistent even with the schedule you have right now?
Yeah, I think like trying to like get I've never done it, but like going to a place like to train, obviously it's a lot more expensive, but like for like the aspect of like getting the nutrition in, like they don't do all that for that. Or like the running, like it's a lot of overlooked things that this doesn't really overlook, is what I would say.
Here's what nobody tells you. Most in-person coaches run the same recycled drills for every pitcher. They don't actually dig deep into why your velo is stuck. They don't give you a real plan, and they definitely don't hold you accountable in between sessions. What you need isn't somebody to watch you in person and hold your hand. What you need is somebody who sees what others miss and builds a real path forward. That's what I do. My system is called the Athletic Mechanics Formula, and it's based on 3 core pillars: unlocked throwing mechanics, automatic performance mode, and max output training. And honestly, the results speak for themselves. 5 to 10 mile per hour jumps, stronger, healthier arms, and more confidence than ever on the mound. Look, I get the hesitation, but if you're still stuck in the high 70s to low 80s after months or even years of lessons, you have to ask yourself, what am I really waiting for? A perfect coach, a perfect schedule, a perfect facility? None of that matters if you don't have the right system. And that's what I offer. If you're serious about gaining velocity, building confidence, and finally taking control of your career, click the link below and book a call with me today. We'll go over your goals, what's holding you back, and I'll show you how we can fix it. But let me leave you with this. Right now, you have 2 options. Option 1, you keep guessing, you keep bouncing between drills, hoping the next in-person coach gets it right. You keep spinning your wheels while the guys around you who took action blow their fastball by hitters and take your spot. Option 2, you take action. You invest in a proven system that's helped over 500 pitchers unlock their mechanics, gain 5 to 10 miles per hour, and finally step into the pitcher that they know they can be. This is not for everybody, but if you're still watching, I bet this is for you. Click the link below, let's talk, and let's get to work.
I started having I've always dreamt of playing college baseball my entire life, but after ninth and 10th grade and even 11th grade, I kind of was like down on. I was like, man, like I don't know if I'm gonna go do it. I'm on JV. Me and my coach don't have a great rapport. It was just like a lot mentally going on. And then when I met Eric, I took off. I really believed in that I could go to college and play baseball, and I did it. I committed. I met you in June. I want to say around June, and then I committed in October.
So where was your velocity before you started? And then where was your velocity this fall before you got injured?
When I first started with you, it was I want to say 73. I topped 73, like trying my absolute hardest. It like almost blowing my shoulder out, trying like as hard as I can, not accurate at all, 73. And then when I was at Salem throwing, I was a smooth 83, 82, 83, controlled with great breaking stuff.
What did you expect before working with me? And then were those expectations met?
I would say they exceeded what I thought. When I first went to you, I was down on myself. I was like, "There's no way I can get better. Like I'm how can you grow velocity?" I mean, I saw MLB pitchers throw in 96, 97, like insane. I was like, I'll never get to there. And then I actually started to get there, and I actually started to believe the process and the training, and I mean, it exceeded my expectations tenfold. So I mean, whatever you did something right because it made me believe.